the front brace.
He looked good, nice rhythm, and he's this type of bowler that's your X factor, even on flat pitches. You know, he's got pace through the air. He can bowl you your wicket-taking delivery. He's coming back from a groin niggle. He's had a few other injuries in the last 4 or 5 years, ankles. I think he might have cut his knee open at a practice game before the season started in Australia, but he's a vital member of this attack. He's just a point of difference.
You might fancy bowling on a few pitches here in India during the World Cup. Not all Indian pitches will be low bounce or will have nothing with the faster bowler. There'll be the odd pitch that will turn a little more. But recent experience is just watching international cricket. We've seen fast bowlers enjoy certain pitches.
So still no spin. Sean Abbott replaces Josh Hazlewood. I just felt like it's a good chance, good time in the innings to bowl spin, particularly Zampa. Here's what the bowlers have done so far. Spencer Johnson's had a tough time. Hazlewood been steady. Abbott's gone at 11s. Green at 7.5. Zampa and Short steady enough.
Let's have a look at Australia's schedule here during the World Cup. Basically looking at venues, obviously Chennai is first. Then you've got a couple of matches in Lucknow where the surface is going to be unknown quantity. Big ground, that's for sure. Bengaluru, you'll get some bounce. Small ground though. Dharamshala, that's a place for seamers.
Yeah, so there's some venues that may help the Quicks there. And down the ground for one. It's actually a pretty tough start to the tournament for Australia. India and South Africa, first 2 games in Sri Lanka, so there's no easing into it with that draw. And the first game in Chennai is going to be a big one, isn't it? And Pakistan, 4th game, so there's some tough games early on for Australia, so they want to be on their game from the get-go.
Shreyas Iyer, the first one to get into the 90s in this partnership. He's got 2 one-day hundreds. One in Hamilton. That's another place to bat. Hamilton in New Zealand. And Ranchi.
This is the big innings for Shreyas Iyer. There's been a bit of talk about his spot within the squad. Coming back from that back injury and getting run out in the first game. Bit of pressure on him. And he's played beautifully today.
Well, the Australians have come back well in the last 2 or 3 overs. They bowled it tight. And it could also be because the batters are approaching their 100, so maybe just a little conservative in their approach. You can have a look at that. The last couple of overs have been really very good.
Finds the fielder. Very unique way that he plays the ball in that direction. 194 for 1.
अगली बारी मम्मी जब इंडिया से आएंगी ना, उनको बोलूंगा और ज्यादा लड्डू लेके आए। बहुत कम है। मैंने फोन ही कर देता हूँ। अभी तो सो रही हूँ। सुबह उठ जाएंगे ना तब मोतीचूर के लड्डू कब कहाँ से?
तुम दिमाग क्यों खाते हो? लड्डू खा।
परसों से प्यार जताने का तरीका हल्दीराम्स।
Look who's cheap now. You are, and millions more just like you with CheapOair.com. When you spend less booking your flight, you're free to do more, see more, and live more.
CheapOair.com.
Go ahead, be cheap.
Atmosphere at the ground, that's for sure. Good crowd. 50 overs cricket now obviously has a competitor in a way with T20 cricket. Great to see all these people coming to what the longer version of white ball cricket. You want a repeat of 2011. Talking about home teams winning World Cups at home.
Yeah, and India'd love to do that. It's a real coliseum, this ground. And the crowds are very close to the action. You get a great atmosphere.
Game changer. And Zampa introduced to the attack with the hope of just trying to break this partnership. Good ball. Bit of turn for his leg spinner.
Yeah, change of ends for Adam Zampa as well. We saw that in Mahali, actually. It worked well. He changed ends and bowled a bit better from the other end.
Yeah, they're now just accumulating runs in ones and twos. Gill now 89, Shreyas Iyer 90. Some good headaches for Rahul Dravid with Shreyas Iyer as well coming back into form. You know, the big one now, batting on 90.
I feel like this is a chance for Steve Smith just to roll the dice. Maybe bring another man up into the circle. Maybe bring deep mid-on up to mid-on. Zampa's, he's a good bowler. He's just dangle that carrot. Yeah, you can go over mid-on against the spin if you want, but it'll be a risky shot.
And mid-on is the man that you can get in. It will be calculated risk. Yeah, this fielder can remain in the deep. Mid-wicket plays the sweep shot. Reasonably safe. So mid-on inside the circle. Maybe not for Shubman Gill, but certainly for Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, maybe not, but he's 90s as well, 89. I just think throughout the World Cup tournament, captains who are willing to take a risk and bring an extra man up into the circle is going to be a real key throughout the tournament. Just knowing when to maybe attack a bit more or defend a bit more.
That rules out Pakistan then. With Babar Azam, who waits for things to happen. That's his style. He's got an excellent record, mind you, as captain. Both batters in their 90s.
You dig yourself out of that hole. Look, it's going to be a key factor. It definitely is. And both these players just edging towards the 100. Who's going to get there first?
Oh, yeah.
Stop the single. Steve Smith, the fielder, so Shreyas Iyer moves on to 92. It's 198 for 1. It's just cooled down a little bit. These two batters have just knocked up ones and twos. In the last 4 overs, just 18 runs. You can expect once they get to their 100s, the innings might explode again. Another single on the offside. Moves on to 93, Shreyas Iyer.
It's almost like the calm before the storm at the moment. Both players just looking to knock it in the gaps and just limp their way to 100. Then once they get there, it's game on.
It's very calm now. The scoring areas for Shubman Gill. Yeah, loves it there. That very unique style of playing towards mid-wicket. And then his heavy scoring area is in front when he's looking to play the big shots as well. There's no cross bat that slogs. It's generally just clean, straight lofting. Single for India.
I think that scoring, that wagon wheel, is just a sign of where the Australians have bowled to him, which has been pretty straight. There's a 200 come. Mahali, for example, Shubman Gill was so strong through the offside, and the Australians they've tightened their lineup, and he's equally as good through the onside as well.
I thought India might just take a chance with Washington Sundar in this game. Have Ashwin and Washi played together. Find out who could be more effective. Calculated risk on that occasion to get quickly closer to 100. 94 now. Just get the sense that there might be a big shot coming along. Shubman Gill is accustomed to getting to hundreds and 200s with a 6, just like Virendra Sehwag. He's made that almost like a trend with his hundreds, his performances. KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan to follow. You think this slow period would just maybe put that score that we are imagining?
No, I think
out of
I think you've got to lower the range, because I don't think it's going to be that easy for a new batsman, because the pitch is slower. Slowed up, the ball's softer. It'll be just a single to end the 29th over. 202 for 1.
Small businesses are taking on what's next. Biz2 Credit gives you the funding that makes it all possible. So keep on doing what you're doing, you masters of what's next. We'll be right with you every step of the way. Biz2 Credit, funding what's next.
Both batters edging towards their century. This partnership edging towards a double 100. And India have gone past 200. 21 overs left. India 202 for 1. Yeah, just looks like a perfect platform has been set. Time for drinks.
This is Marianne's first time visiting Paris.
Madame, où allez-vous?
Before Marianne packed her bags, before she attempted her first sentence in French, before she completed her first 15-minute lesson,
Yes.
she downloaded Babbel. Babbel helped unlock her lifelong dream of learning French. She started speaking in just 3 weeks. So when it came time to tell the cab driver to take her to the Hotel Pierre,
J'aimerais aller à l'Hôtel Pierre.
Oh, c'est très bien. J'espère que votre voyage s'est bien passé.
150 language experts and educators designed Babbel to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language. Babbel focuses on natural conversation. You'll remember what you learn, and you can speak and pronounce with confidence. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. Start learning today at Babbel.com.
Ah, deeper! Dang it, Don, I said deeper!
My thumbs are killing me, man! Why don't you just try the new Chirp Wheel XR for extreme relief?
Oh, my goodness, this feels so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got them from the internet.
I don't have that.
Then go to the store.
Jeez, why does my back always hurt?
I don't know, probably from sitting down all day at work. Here.
When muscles are either too tired, tight, or weak, they form little muscle knots or trigger points, and they hurt.
Chirps developed 3 new wheels with unique textures to replicate the best-in-class deep tissue massage.
In some cases, the knots are so deep that they need specialized and targeted pressure to ease the tension. Tension from watching too many ads on social media. So stop watching this, go grab one, and start feeling amazing, because today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Too deep, Don. Too deep.
Dang it, Don, I said deeper!
My thumbs are killing me! Why don't you just try the new Chirp Wheel XR for extreme relief?
Oh my goodness, this feels so good. When muscles are either too tired, tight, or weak, they form little muscle knots or trigger points, and they hurt. Chirps developed 3 new wheels with unique textures to replicate the best-in-class deep tissue massage.
Just Adam Zampa, change of ends for him. Just a bit of a lull in terms of boundary hitting alongside. We've got Brad Haddin and Ravi Shastri.
Good afternoon, everyone. Maybe Australia see a little opportunity here. It's been 30 balls, since last boundary. Both batsmen closing on 100. This sometimes is where you can just relax, you change your game a little bit, and that's where the mistake comes. So Australia got to be thinking about that and still thinking about getting wickets.
Yeah, is that the first boundary? The last 20 runs have been in singles, and then a boundary. And Shreyas Iyer. On 99. Shreyas Iyer. There you can see the buzz around the ground, that anticipation, that expectation. Been a very good innings so far. Number 3 for Shreyas Iyer. After 11 innings, I'm pretty sure he's going to celebrate it. It's coming at a much needed time for him.
And it's a popular 100, let me assure you that. He's gone through a lot of frustration with a lot of back injuries. Then he was a certainty in the team, had to sit out for a long time, missed an IPL as well. And this will give him a lot of joy. Hands just cramping, and that's why you didn't see the full celebration, because his hands weren't just going up, but he'll be thrilled to bits. Fabulous innings, 100 of just 86.
Just the ease with which he has batted. Having been under pressure, a couple of failures, injury concerns, and just coming out and playing as if he was in great nick. That's why it's been a high-quality innings.
The high quality for me is the way he went about it from ball one. He looked like today he walked out like a man on a mission. He wanted to take the game on. He hit a boundary early over cover and just put his presence straight on the ground. And that there makes all this moment worth it. He's had a lot of injury concerns. He's been in and out of the team because of that. And look at that face there. That's what it means to play for your country.
And Ravi, everyone's going to say that it's a good headache to have, but it just adds to the complexities of selection.
Don't forget, before he got injured, he was a certainty in the side. His strike rate was good. He was consistent. He had to watch it from the outside. A lot of time in the NCA. Hats off to the NCA, because they have done a really good job in getting a lot of the players back on track. VVS Lakshman, who heads it, and his team must be given the credit. And when you see these guys back and doing well, I think as much as the dugout, it's people sitting there as well would be really happy.
Yeah, just think of the kind of batters that India have. Everybody getting into form at the right moment as the World Cup is approaching. KL Rahul has batted beautifully in Asia Cup. We've seen Ishan Kishan bat with a lot of maturity, new role for him assigned. Surya Kumar Yadav, and everyone knows that he's got the X factor. So quite a job on hand for Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma. 8 runs of the over so far. Just a bit of an injury delay, cramp delay. 210 for 1. Yeah, great platform being set. 210, 20 overs left. Shreyas Iyer has already reached his 100. Shubman Gill on the cusp of his 100. And he's having a great run, and headaches for Australia. Looking for that breakthrough, Sean Abbott.
Australia also have to see this as an opportunity. If you're out there in the field, you're Steve Smith as captain, we see a lot guys get to their milestone. We see them be a bit slow leading into this moment. Now we might just relax. There's still a long way to go in this game. So Steve Smith and his team have got to be thinking about how do we get the new batsman out, and maybe they just relax a little bit when they get the 3 figures, and that's when you can see the opening for Australia.
And think 2 wickets on that score. 215 for 3, 220 for 3. It's not going to be easy for the new man as well.
Who would you send in a situation like this? Say wicket falls, Ravi.
I'd be really tempted to send a left-hander in, someone like Ishan Kishan, just to get a mix. Not that Rahul is not playing well.
It doesn't look like he's padded up at the moment. I'm pretty sure most of these batters have their most of the gear around. Taken. He was cramping. He wasn't happy as soon as he got to his 100. And after such a fine innings, it's just a limp shot, just a tame catch back to the bowler, and it's Shreyas Iyer who will be walking back to the pavilion.
You called it, Brad, and it often happens. Once you get 100, you just switch off for a little bit. And you could see he was cramping, just a loss in concentration. But full marks to Australia. They bowled well in this last half an hour, 40 minutes, and they've been rewarded with a wicket. But a fine innings from Shreyas Iyer. This is a very good catch. Very quick to react and come up with the ball in 2 hands. Ayer's taking a look.
He did everything right. He did everything right. But he still has to be in control, and hence the decision from the third umpire, Madana Gopal. And if Australia thought they had their man, no, it's not the case, because he had it in control. A bit of a Mitchell Starc moment from the Ashes. But this time it's Sean Abbott.
It's amazing. We've seen that twice in a couple of months from Australia. We've seen that with Mitchell Starc and the Ashes, and we know the controversy that created. And now Sean Abbott, he moved beautifully to his right, but he just used that ball to set himself to get up when he wasn't in complete control. So great effort to create the chance, but attention to detail, Australia just let them down a little bit there.
And the next one goes for 4. Insult to injury.
It's a 200 partnership now, 165 balls. It's hard to take that one as a captain. Not out. Next ball goes for 6. At least he's trying something here, Sean Abbott. Tries slow ball into the wicket. Help that on its way. Dangerous times now for the Australians with nothing to lose from Indian batsmen.
Yeah, they've got to watch out now. It's a second life here for Shreyas Iyer.
High in the air, and this is taken very nicely by Matt Shot. So in the very same over, a lease of life, but going for the big one after hitting a 4, Shreyas Iyer. And I'm pretty sure that this time the catch has been taken cleanly.
Very cleanly, in control. And the ball pointing towards the sky as he comes up and gets up. Make sure of that.
Very good catch there from Matthew Short. Look here, hands under the ball. Ball pointing to the sky. Great job there from Sean Abbott to finally get his man. It's a wonderful knock. Shreyas Iyer now departs for 105. 2 for 216 India.
I kept seeing this shoe brand all over TikTok. It's called Kizik. Look at this. Bam! Bam! Look at that. These are absolutely amazing. The whole purpose behind this shoe is that it's completely hands-free. Oh, no! They're so easy to get on.
No tying, no pulling, no heel crushing, no hands.
Kizik. They are no ordinary shoe.
Time to step up your shoe game and step into Kizik's. Get 15% off today at kizik.com/TV.
Keeping my family healthy is my top priority. Thankfully, I discovered Aquasana. Their water filters remove the contaminants I worry about most. It's a must for my healthy home. Visit aquasana.com today to get up to 50% off.
Small businesses are taking on what's next. Biz2 Credit gives you the funding that makes it all possible. So keep on doing what you're doing, you masters of what's next. We'll be right with you every step of the way. Biz2 Credit, funding what's next.
Walking out for the second time in the same over. He walked out, was sent back because the decision went in favor of India. But this time, wonderful numbers. He's going through a good run himself the last few innings. The way he batted in the Asia Cup, just shepherding the Indian team home in the first game. A very fine player. Six runs and a wicket off that over. 2-1-6 for 2. The highest second wicket partnerships, the one between Shreyas and Gill. Coming in this game, 200 runs. The first one, Dhawan and Kohli, was in 2016 at Canberra. So India going in with the preferred batting order, Ravi.
Australia need to see this as an opportunity. You've got Gill on 96. You've got a new batsman and KL Rahul at the wicket. So I'd like to see Steve Smith be more attacking, bring his mid off and mid on up as he's doing now. Try to create that extra chance. As we said before, if we can put 2 and 3 wickets on that, all of a sudden you can slow India down for that back part of the game. But smart move here from Steve Smith, bringing another into the circle.
Yes, and Zampa. Because 2 right-handers there, he knows this is an opportunity to just claw back into the contest. This will suit Australia.
No second invitation. He throws one up at him, and that's gone over, long gone. A great way to get off the mark.
Yes, nicely overpitched. Just hitting through the line, KL Rahul here. And very nice hit. This is not a big straight boundary. His eyes must have lit up when he saw that right in the slot.
Yeah, the last 3 deliveries he has faced, he's hit 2 for 6 just to finish off the game. Over, long off, and now The shot over long on, and immediately mid-on has been dropped back.
If I was T. Smith, yes, KL Rahul got one up on him there, but I like that he was thinking about that, bringing mid-on up, making the batsman make a decision to do something he doesn't normally do early. I'd have been inclined to keep him up for a couple of more, just challenge the batsman a little bit more to see if he'll do it again, and maybe then that'll bring a wicket. Great shot, but just be a little bit more brave and could find that breakthrough.
And also probably KL Rahul would have watched Shreyas Iyer the way he started, and he might be thinking it's a good way to start, going in there, being positive. I can hit a couple of sixes early on and push the opposition back again. Shubman Gill obviously waiting for his 100.
Yeah, good call by KL Rahul. There was nothing there. Send back rightly.
Here's a wicket from Sean Abbott. Off-pace ball. Very handy catch there by Matt Short in the deep. Great set of hands. That's twice he created an opportunity in that over.
They couldn't capitalise on it. It was a drag down, but just held up on the surface. 9 runs coming off that over. 225 for 2.
Did you know that water comes from lakes? So do fish. Fish don't have toilets. Good thing we have Aquasana. It filters out bad stuff, leaving healthy, tasty water. Right, Gilbert?
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com. अभी चंडीगढ़ में होते ना तो अपने हलवाई से गुलाब जामुन और रसगुल्ले मंगा के सबका मुंह मीठा करा देती। पर यहाँ अमेरिका में वही एप्पल पाई, पुडिंग और डोनट। यहाँ की मिठाइयों में क्या कमी है? हाँ। पाई और डोनट? गुलाब जामुन, रसगुल्ले यहाँ।
बरसों से प्यार जताने का तरीका हल्दीराम्स।
The last time India played a ODI, 385 runs were scored. You had a 400 plus innings to 97. Shubman Gill make it 98.
Impressive thing today about Gill's batting is he's gone through different gears. Australia bowled well to him early. They got the length right. The fields were good. But all of a sudden, when he's seen that moment to go, he took the game on. And as we've seen the last 5 or 10 overs, he's gone back a gear now. Seen a lot more batsmanship. But I'd imagine once he gets past that 100, we know the hunger he has to get big scores. But he's used different gears today, which has showed his class.
That's the maturity he's shown in the last 12 to 13 months, Ravi.